We're planting some of our cool weather crops in our first garden, New Gardener. Stay tuned. Welcome to First Gardener, New Gardener. I'm Joy Baird. Well, today we're going to plant some of our cool weather crops up in our First Garden, New Garden bed. This 21 square foot bed that we're going to try to pack as much into much as if you would have a small area in your backyard you would want to plant. We're going to plant some carrots, some bok choy, and some beets up in this area. Now we're not doing lettuce here. That is something you could do, but because we have so much lettuce planted in the large garden, we're not going to overexert ourselves with lettuce. So the first part of it is we've flipped the bed over. Then we've also aerated the bed and made sure we got all the roots out of it. And that's what this big pile of stuff here is the dry remains of the grass that was here. And you can see it's very loose, fluffy. We don't want to step in this bed because that compaction is one of the biggest enemies of plants. You compact the soil doesn't have oxygen, and the roots don't grow very well. So I'm just going to take some fertilizer here, Organic Select Winchester fertilizer. As the application rates on the back say, I'm just going to top dress this here. Alright, so we're going to plump the garden stamp down, and it identifies the holes. Planting carrots, 16 holes, or 16 carrots per square foot. Though carrots are small, you're probably going to, and I have before, got more than one seed in each hole. So we will have to do some thinning out as these germinate. And typically, in most applications, it's better to put too many seeds in than not enough, just in case some of these do not germinate. Same application for the beets, but beets you're going to go 9 per square foot in the square foot method. So by the indication on here, we don't need that row, or that row. And we can just go ahead and plop down our 9 beet seeds. And these carrots will take about 70 days. Beets will take about 68 days. So both of these beds should be done at real close the same time. The nice thing about beets and carrots is beets, the top greens are edible, as well as the bulb is edible. Carrots, the root is edible, as well as the green top. The only thing about the beets that are not really that tasty is the actual stems. Very, very earthy, tasty, but that could be something that someone might potentially enjoy eating. So we'll get our 9 beets there. These are a little larger in seed, so I can identify the seed a little easier than the carrots. And you notice I covered the beets up, but I'm not covering the carrots up, and I'll talk about the reason why that is in just a minute. Now, this bed is, I've got 1 square foot of carrots, 1 square foot of beets, and because I want to maximize the capabilities of the bed, I've got about 4 inches here that's not going to have anything, at least not yet anyway. So, and I'm going to put a fence up here because the rabbits are going to try to get in there. So if I put bok choy right there, the rabbits are going to try to eat through that chicken wire that we're going to have up. So I don't want to do that. So I'm going to put the bok choy back here. Bok choy is an Asian green. Obviously, it's not identified here on the garden stamp, but I'm going to go with 9 per square foot. Just from my experience, that is what I know will grow relatively well, and you can eat bok choy kind of like Swiss chard. As it gets growing, you can snip the outer leaves off and eat them that way. So let me get the, there we go. Bok choy is a very small round seed, so it's, you may get a few more in the holes than you would like, but again, you can thin them out very easily. And we'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Cover those up. Now, we're going to have to water these in. And the reason why I didn't do the carrots, I didn't cover the carrots up, was because carrots are very small seeds. And you want a very thin layer of soil. Because the soil is moist, because of the rains we've had, the garden stamp penetrates the soil a little bit more than what I'd like. So I'm just going to water and allow the water to cover the seeds with just a little bit of dirt. And we are using water that we've pre-soaked with Moo tea, soil conditioner. Even though the soil is wet, I still want to make sure everything gets doused very, very thoroughly so it can have a very good start on our garden bed here. So that's just some of the few of the many cool weather crops you could grow in your first garden. Now this is a small bed, but you could use your backyard as a much larger area. Cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, kohlrabi, just an endless number of cool weather crops. I'm Joey Baird, and this has been First Garden, New Garden.
For more information, please visit thewwisconsinvegetablegardener.com.